The following is a presentation of the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League.
If I can get everybody's attention, we're going to start a few minutes early here.
And with that bell, the doors open to a jam-packed Pyramid Recreation Center. A capacity crowd of over 1,400 fans getting set for a winner-take-all Game 7 between the St. Mary's Lincolns and the London Nationals. These two teams have a history. April 14th, 2024, a year ago yesterday, it was St. Mary's versus London in another Game 7 in the Western Conference Final. The Lincolns took a 5-2 win in that contest, breaking the hearts of Nationals fans on the road. The Lincolns have 12 returning players from last year's squad, while the Nationals have just 4 players back from last year's team on their roster for this one. This year, these two teams meet in the second round, with the Nationals trying to exact some revenge. The road to this point has been different than last year. The Lincolns finished the season with an astonishing 42-6-2 record, good for tops in the GOJHL and first in the Western Conference. They won the first 3 games of this series, scoring at least 4 goals in each of them, but we're at this point because London has shut them down since and won 3 in a row to force a Game 7. The Lincolns in this series have been led offensively by Ryan Hodkinson. Hodkinson has put up 6 goals and 7 assists for 13 points in 11 playoff games. Kyle Morey has been another offensive weapon for the Lincolns. He had the first Lincolns goal on Sunday in Game 6 and his second on the Lincolns in playoff goals with 5. If they're to win tonight, they'll need an offensive attack led by those 2 forwards. In goal, the Lincolns up to go with Nico Armelin. Both goalies have played for each team in this series, but Armelin gets the call tonight. The 17-year-old netminder has posted a .921 save percentage and a .220 goals against average in the playoffs and will be looking to pick up a massive win in front of a massive crowd. On the flip side, looking for the upset, Josh LePaine and the London Nationals enter with momentum. Winners of the last 3 games in the series, the Nats try to close it out today. LePaine has been a big part of their playoff success with 6 goals and 8 assists for 14 points in 10 games. Elsewhere, 16-year-old Eddie Hickson has had a major impact in his first playoffs in the GOJHL. Hickson has notched 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points in 10 games and opened the scoring in a Game 6 win on Sunday night. In goal, the Nationals go to 19-year-old Casimir Wexstrom. The native of Kokkola, Finland, has played to the tune of an impressive .933 save percentage in the playoffs, backstopping London to all of its 7 postseason wins. Ahead of this massive matchup in St. Mary's, let's head downstairs for our coach's comments.
Really doesn't matter how we got here, right? Game 7 at home, that's why we played, that's why the regular season's so important, so we can have this game, and it is fun, and a lot of these guys in that room have played in this type of game before, and it's always a great time to come to the rink, and yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter how we got here. We got to go out there and we got to go at them, and we got to play to win, and there's definitely a difference between playing to win and playing not to lose. So we got to come in here, play physical.
Our club, we're just really focused on taking it moment by moment, doing the best that we can every time we come out, and when we do that, we seem to get good results. The energy's good. The boys are just locked in. They're doing the things that they need to do to be here. So, it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Tonight, the Lincolns try to get an elusive series-clinching win and move on to a 3rd straight Western Conference final, while the Nationals try to complete the reverse sweep and become just the 4th team in league history to do so. It's the Lincolns, it's the Nationals, it's our second Game 7 in 3 days in front of an electric crowd at the PRC, and it's a spotlight game. Puck Drop is next on 519 Sports. Tadino chips it off the boards, out to center, comes Jackson Priddle. Priddle moves to the slot, can't get a shot away. Great defensive work from Jaden Lee. Now a chance, Tadino! Turned away by Armelin early. Here's Caleb Mitchell, a shot. That one stopped by Nico Armelin. Now Tadino taken down in front as he was crashing the St. Mary's crease. Couldn't get a shot to go. Braden Clark around the wall. Here's Ryan Cornfield. Cornfield cross ice, Vortman. Vortman tries to center, Hodkinson. Now Elzinga. Now Cornfield. Elzinga! Huge block shot by David Brown. After it, Gedney. McDonald lays into him. Coops a big hit along the wall. Lincolns get possession of the puck back. McDougall sends his man down to the ice. Big collision between he and Austin Pomerleau. Icing waved off. Owen Kalp back to play it. Kalp loses an edge after it's Spagnolo. Now McSorley centers. Chance at the doorstep. Puck's loose. Armelin trying to cover it up. And we get a whistle as McSorley getting into it with Kalp down low. And the intensity picking up here with 11:31 left in the first. Gedney, a backhand pass for Coops. Coops around the wall, Elzinga. Elzinga up for Bidgood. Bidgood over the blue line, takes a hit, now back after Tadino. Elzinga hits him, Elzinga centers, Hodkinson, he scores! Ryan Hodkinson on the spot in the slot, and the crowd erupts in St. Mary's. It's 1-0 Lincolns, 9 minutes into the first period. Up the wall, sped out to center for Bidgood. Bidgood, nice move. Bidgood to the goal. Wexstrom stayed with him. He centers. It'll come to Kalp. Kalp takes a shot. It's blocked. Rebound there. Hodkinson can't find it. Another try stopped by Wexstrom. Now on it, Kopchuk after chaos at the net's end. Gets the return feed. Nichols one-timer. That one sails high. Back on it, Priddle. Priddle for McDonald. Now Bele Camara to McDonald on the doorstep. Couldn't put it home. Rebound there. McDonald. Great pad save. Nico Armelin somehow got a skate on it. Lincolns have killed it off. Nationals getting changes in the back end. Bele Camara feeds it cross ice. Lave onto the ice. Pad save Armelin. Rebound there. It's loose. Nichols can't bury it. Puck's flipped up to the line and held by McKay. It'll come back Montesi. Montesi loses it. Out to center the Nationals. LePayne down the wing. LePayne a shot. Blocked by Coops. Ballack on the backhand. Into the slot. Just spins it wide. McSorley after it. Montesi on him. Here's a shot. And they score. Ty Moffat ties it up with 2:56 left in the first period. The deadline acquisition with a huge playoff goal for London. It's even at one aside. Off the boards, bouncing puck, Hickson. Hickson skates out to center. Gets over the blue line and gets decked by Owen Kalp. Bidgood speeds through center. Cohen Bidgood trying to corral the puck. Bidgood takes a hit from Lave, gets ripped out of the ice by Lave, and the crowd is livid. Here's Hodkinson. Hodkinson spins it up to the line, held by Coops. It'll go to the corner for Bidgood. Bidgood gets it back. Bidgood tries to put it on goal. Wexstrom covers up. We get a whistle. Bidgood getting into it with Lave and Kopchuk. And this crowd getting into it as well. McQueen Spence at the line. McQueen Spence for Morey. Morey back up high. McQueen Spence feeds it over to Morey. Morey walks in, throws it down low. Lee on the doorstep. Spagnolo stopped by Wexstrom, and the net comes off. Sends it around the wall, out to center. Here's Bidgood. Bidgood in over the blue line. Bidgood trying to get around Mitchell. Wraps it around. Bidgood centers a shot. It's Hodkinson. Who else to give the Lincolns the lead? It's 2-1 St. Mary's. Elzinga to Kalp. Here's Jacob Montesi. Montesi through center, a big collision as Kopchuk and Elzinga collide. Here's Montesi. Montesi for Lee. Jaden Lee over the blue line. Lee sidesteps the pressure. Lee is shot, but Wexstrom shuts him down and makes a big save for London. Lincoln sent it back out to center. Mitchell sends a feed. It's turned over. Hodkinson drops it back. Bidgood to the slot. Hodkinson on the doorstep. Stopped by Casimir Wexstrom. He'll cover up as we've got bodies falling and Wexstrom wailing down. Casimir Wexstrom had enough of the collisions in the crease, and he started throwing down on the Lincoln player in the goal mouth. That was Bidgood, who also at the same time had McSorley on him. Moore takes a hit from Nichols. Lincoln Moore protecting the puck, throws it down low. Jaden Lee. Lee centers Spagnolo on the doorstep. Wexstrom shut it down and gets a whistle. Hodkinson on it, back at 5-on-5. Hodkinson peels back. Hodkinson toe drag, tried to leave it for Vortman. It'll go down to the corner. Hit late on Bidgood. Lave tries to clear. It'll go up and over the glass out of play. Hodkinson lays a hit in the corner. Now Lave getting into it with Bidgood near the goal line, and the officials quick to separate things. Now the Lincolns fly back the other way. Spagnuolo has Lee streaking. Spagnuolo loses the puck. Gets it back. Spagnuolo spins. Hit by Pomerleau. That is a penalty, and the officials didn't miss it. It'll be a double minor for kneeing at least. Kyle Morey back on it. Morey to Lee. Jaden Lee centers. Here's a chance. McQueen spins. Stopped by Wexstrom. Puck's loose. Lee whacking away. Wexstrom down, and he's got it. Morey back on it. Centering pass cut by Mitchell. Mitchell working away at it. Puck's loose down low. Spagnuolo feeds it up high. McQueen spins for more one-timer. How did that not find the back of the net? Somehow it stayed out, and this remains a one-goal game. Cohen Bidgood for Owen Vortman. Back to Bidgood down low. Centering pass. Hodkinson walks, feeds Vortman. Couldn't pull the trigger on a shot. Now Bidgood down low. Pass across the crease. No goal! No goal! The official says no goal right away. This one's not going to count, and the crowd is in shock. This place might erupt. The officials discussing things. Immediately they waved that goal off. The net came off. There was traffic in the crease, and the face-off will come back to the London end. Won by London, played up to the line, not out. Here's McQueen Spence, backhanded down low cut. Quick shot, McQueen Spence, rebound loose. This one's gonna count. St. Mary's extends the lead. It's 3-1 Lincolns. It's Jaden Lee. Connor Clark skates through center. Over the blue line for Tadino. Anthony Tadino throws it to Jackson Priddle. Priddle centers, Clark on the doorstep. Save made by Armelin, and the net comes off. Now after it, Lee. Jaden Lee skating into the corner. Lee centers a chance out front for Vortman. He takes a big hit and goes hard into the corner. After that chance, London played in deep. After it, Cal bouncing puck. Oh boy, what a bounce! And London's back to within one. A puck that trickled out to the slot. And for Denny Bellicamera, he's got his first of the playoffs. And it's a 3-2 game. Flips it out to center, giving chase Priddle over the blue line. Priddle cutting the net. Priddle around the goal, centering pass. And the net comes off. Priddle slams his stick as the net has come off for a third time in this period in the St. Mary's end. Conversation here with Lincoln's goaltender Nico Armelin as the net continues to be dislodged on that side of the ice. In the London end for Ballack. Ballack tries to sidestep the pressure, didn't work. Here come the Lincoln centering pass, McClellan! Wexstrom saving the season, at least for now, with a big pad stop. Lave drops it back, Kopchuk. Kopchuk, Tadino. Tadino drops it back, Kopchuk. His shot tipped on goal. Armelin, a pad save and a beauty. Now the other way come the Lincolns. It's Vortman. Vortman down the wing. Vortman around the net. Vortman a wraparound, misses the goal. And the net comes off again. That one looked like it was going well wide of the goal regardless. Clark on it. Braden Clark. Brandon Pruss throwing out his two best offensive defensemen. Hicks it over the blue line. Drops it back. David Brown, a shot, save, Armelin. And he'll hold on for a whistle as LePain gets pushed around in front. Lave back on it. Minute 40 left in regulation. Prust calling for Wexstrom. Empty net for London. Extra attacker now out there. Hickson gets decked in the corner by Coops. Lave a shot, stopped in front. Here's Hickson centering. Armelin down, made the save. Lincoln's trying to clear. Lave looking to hold the line. Back on it, St. Mary's. Fired to the empty net, and it just misses. That'll be icing on St. Mary's. A minute 17 left in regulation. St. Mary's calls a timeout. London ready to apply pressure. Brandon Pruss, the head coach, drawing up a play, looking to find the equalizer late in Game 7. Hickson up to Brown. Brown for Mitchell. Mitchell scanning his options, trades places with Brown. Mitchell for Brown, a shot stopped, rebounds loose. Puck will come back to the blue line. Last minute of regulation. Hickson for Mitchell, cross ice. Hickson one-timer, put it wide. Mitchell back on it, tries to throw it to the corner. Priddle with it. Priddle off the wall. LePayne knocks it down. LePayne for Hickson. Loose puck hit the side of the net. After it, LePayne. We get a stoppage. The net has been knocked off with 35.9 seconds on the clock in the third. 35 seconds left on the clock in regulation. St. Mary's trying to bear down defensively as the Nationals call a timeout for one last push here in regulation. Face off, won by London, and squeaks out to center. Brown tries to chip it back in. Knocked down, Brown back on it. Brown over the blue line, a pass for Nichols, swept up to the line, out at center, it's offside with 6 seconds left in the third. Crowd on its feet, draw one by London. Brown fires it in. And the St. Mary's Lincolns are going to the Western Conference Final, but first, a melee and chaos in the corner. There's a helmet in the corner. Everybody's tied up. And for the third consecutive year, St. Mary's has booked a berth in the Western Conference Final. What a performance by the Lincolns, locking things down in the second period and beyond. Nico Armelin, stellar in goal for St. Mary's. Ryan Hodkinson, 2 goals to put the Lincolns over the top. The St. Mary's Lincolns are going back to the Western Conference Final to take on the Chatham Maroons. And for the London Nationals, heartbreak after a tremendous effort to come back from down 3-0 in the series and to push it to a Game 7. 30 wins, 16 losses, 4 losses in overtime this season. The Nationals, another impressive season, another impressive run in the playoffs, with lots to hang their hats on as this series and this run comes to a close. What a battle between these two teams all series long. St. Mary's takes the first 3. London fights back, pushes the series to 7, and a 1-goal game to finish things off between two very evenly matched teams. What a series between St. Mary's and London, and it comes to its conclusion in front of 1,439 rowdy fans at the PRC in a Game 7 Lincoln's win.
Obviously the series went a little longer than we had hoped, and a lot of hitting, a lot of slashes, and you heard that crowd out there. They were just unbelievable and propelled us throughout the entire series. And you know, I got ran at the end of the game, and I guess let my emotions get the best of me. But after that little scrum, looking up at the crowd cheering, it was just unbelievable, and I thought maybe just get them going a bit more. We knew we had the best 2 goalies in the league throughout the entire season, and Nico definitely kept us in that first period and allowed us to do what we did for the rest of the game. He made big saves when it counted, and yeah, him and Colby are just the best tandem that this town's probably ever seen.
We went up early, of course, in the series, and then we fought some adversity, but you know, going to Game 7, it's just one game. We put everything in the past, and we just played for each other tonight. The fans out there, I mean, got to give credit to them. It's amazing playing in front of them, and we're a brotherhood, right? So we found each other when we needed to, and we put it all out there for each other, and we won at the end of the day. So going in as a rookie, obviously, you know, you try to fill in those shoes, but I try not to look at it like that. Just another player on this team trying to do a job, and just tried to be as calm as possible. When I'm calm, it allows the boys in front of me, to have confidence. So, but got to give them all the credit. They played hard in front of me tonight, and I'm so thankful for the win.
Tough decision on who to put in net. We've got two great goalies. One's a returning player, one's a first-year player, and I think Nico, with that kind of inexperience of the big moment, was a good thing, right? He doesn't overthink it. He doesn't have any nerves, and also on top of the big saves, the presence of mind late in games to kind of slow things down a little bit. I thought he was outstanding tonight.
I think our line's been clicking the whole series and even into the last series. We've been really finding our groove, and kind of today, both goals, the guys took the pucks around the net, and I kind of found loose space in the slot there, and they both made beautiful passes, and they're using tap-ins for me. So all the credit to those guys. Obviously we kind of developed, it was Lincoln's versus everyone. We went up 3-0, and London came back, and everyone kind of thought that London was just going to add all the momentum and it was just going to roll over us tonight. But I think we kind of regrouped on Sunday and just kind of looked at it as just one game. It's all we need. And yeah, I think we really stick to our systems tonight. We kind of got away from our forecheck in game 4, 5, and 6. So I think that really worked tonight, and we scored a couple goals off it.
I mean, obviously I've been playing with Ryan for a couple of years now, so I kind of know where to find him on the ice. And then Biddy, we kind of started playing together last year, so it's kind of chemistry from back then.
It feels amazing, just like having the rivalry that dates back to last year, winning Game 7 in their home, and now getting to bring it back to our home and winning it here in front of all of this amazing fan base and the best in the league. It feels amazing. Obviously, like my teammates and everyone, we wanted it so bad, and it was just a battle. These two are the best two line mates I could have ever asked for, and especially dating back to last year again, like we became a line, and we just had chemistry from the start, and we'll all go to war for each other. Like Blake's forecheck is amazing. It's one of the best I've ever seen. We all want it so bad, and Ryan, he can finish the puck like no one else can. So
Ryan, Biddy, Zinger, I'm a little biased, but to me it's the best line in the league right now. They got just kind of a mix of everything, and but they're also, where Zinger was, he's always known kind of as an offensive guy. Defensively he's been fantastic. That first goal is just thanks to our forecheck. I mean, Zinger just wanted a puck more than the other guy, grabbed it and made a great pass to Haji, and it was the same thing on the next goal with Biddy driving wide, and it's just a really good mix of three guys that they get along great, and seems to be a lot of chemistry there. I thought we were outstanding. We played mature hockey. We were responsible. We asked them to play with emotion all night, but we wanted to make sure we kept our game plan in place. We believe in our game plan and our core concepts. I thought our guys did a great job. I mean, F3 was there all night. Our D were doing a great job going down the wall. Nico was outstanding. Power play finally got one. It was getting a lot of looks, but wasn't cashing. But tonight it got the job done when we needed it most. We're proud of the kids for. Listen, it was a tough 3 games for us. As you kind of, putting a little bit of doubt in your head and questioning the way you do things. And, we questioned our players. We challenged our players, and we needed them to step up. And, the credit goes to them. They stepped up. They're the ones that put their body on the line, and they want this more than anything. And we just knew the plan was to go 60 minutes as hard as we can, but maintain the game plan, and we thought we did an excellent job of that. The way this season has gone with the success we had in the regular season, it's, everybody kind of expects you to win, and we kind of felt that tide turn a little bit where the believers were shrinking, and we felt kind of alone in that room before the game, but we like that way, and it kind of adds some togetherness to the mission tonight. And I've seen, we've got a dozen guys that are returning players, 6 or 7 of them that have been here for 3 years, and we've most of the time been the underdog year after year, and they always play really well when their back's against the wall, and the believers are slim. So just to see them do something together like that and enjoy it, it's really fun to watch.